All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. As you're hopping on, just drop in the chat where you're watching from today, where you're listening from, and we will get started. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear us. That's really important. So, as you're hopping in, just drop in the chat where you are watching from, listening from. Maybe you're in the car, you're treating us like Delilah on the radio, and you're listening in from the car. We won't tell, we won't judge. Do what you got to do. I know you guys are super busy, especially right now. I feel like everybody's running around like crazy. We're trying to get all the things done before
It's the season.
the year ends. Yeah.
Yep.
So totally get it. We're not judging how you're listening today. But anyway, welcome to today's Listing Leads Basics session. This is our final session of the year, which is exciting. And also, how is it already the end of the year? It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I'm Hannah. I'm the chief trainer here at Listing Leads, and I am so excited that you made it today. If you've logged into the Listing Leads platform, maybe you've looked around, you've thought, okay, where the heck do I even start? Then you are in the right place today. And our goal by the end of this is that you will know exactly what Listing Leads is, what it's designed to do, and how to use the big three, which is email, text, and direct mail, to start attracting more listings consistently so that you can close out this little bit left of the year. You can close it out strong and step into 2026 already ahead. So I'm going to throw it over to Lee and let him introduce himself to you guys while I pull up and share my screen for you guys.
Awesome. Love it. So my name is Lee. I work with Listing Leads. Super excited to be here with Hannah, going over some basics, some core things, taking your questions. The one thing we absolutely know about Listing Leads is the people that send it out have success. And so we greatly want that for you. And we're here to help you ship this, send it. Don't we always say done is better than perfect? And we're going to lean into that today as well. Go through a couple of high-level things on the platform, take a look at the specific plan for this week, and how to send out these emails, texts, and direct mail campaigns.
Yes, exactly. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. I have the listing attraction plan pulled up for you guys. Lee's giving me the thumbs up so you guys can see it. And just a reminder, this is recorded and in the Facebook mastermind group that we will tell you guys a million times about today. It will be located in there so you can rewatch this anytime you need a quick reset or maybe just a little pep talk to push you through the end of the year. We'll do that for you too.
For
So
sure.
let's zoom out a second before we dive into the big three and just kind of talk about listing leads briefly. So, listing leads is not just another shiny tool, it is a marketing execution system. And our job today is just to make sure that you are consistently using the only three channels that actually move the needle. And those three channels are email. So that is that value first communication that's going to earn that attention. Text, which is the personal one-to-one follow-up that builds relationships. And then three is direct mail. And direct mail is just that tangible authority that stays on the counter and not in the inbox. And that's it. And we help you run those three channels every single week using proven templates and blueprints. Basically, the agents who win listings consistently aren't more talented. They're just simply more consistent. And this is how you become that agent. And it starts with the big three. So let's talk about the first part of the big three, and that is email. Email is the heartbeat of your marketing, and you are going to want to send 2 emails per week. The first send is going to be the deal of the week email. This is the one that gets the attention. It's short, it's curiosity driven, and it has zero fluff. There's no price, no address, no photo. It's literally just a hook, and that is why it works. So, as you can see, I have the listing attraction plan pulled up here. We have a Monday through Friday plan for you guys. it takes all of the guesswork out of what the heck do I post. And today we're going to focus on the big three, but I do want you guys to know we always give you a Monday through Friday plan that you can use, which is awesome. So the one that I'm talking about is the deal of the week. And every single Monday, we're going to give you a deal of the week campaign, a deal of the week email for you to use. So I'm going to click inside of that campaign. And this is what it looks like. We always give you an introduction to the campaign. So basically, why you're using it, why it works. And for this particular campaign, we actually have the deal of the week tool, which I'll let Lee kind of tell you guys a little bit about that. But here's the introduction section. And underneath that, we have the before you get started section, which is basically saying before you get started, these are the things we recommend you have in place. The first one being an email tool. So a platform that lets you send mass emails to your database. Obviously, use what you have. So if that's Follow Up Boss, if it's MailChimp, KV Core, Constant Contact, whatever, use what you have. And one thing me and Lee love to say on these basic sessions is if you do not have an email tool, you can still send this campaign. You do not need a fancy tool. You don't need a CRM. If you have Gmail, you can send this email out. So don't let that stop you from executing this. You just need something that allows you to send an email. Underneath that, we recommend you have these 3 simple lists set up. And those are prospects, so the people you haven't done business with, sphere of influence or past clients, and that is the people that you have done business with, and then entire database, which is all the contacts. And as you can see, there's a little yellow bubble here. We're always going to recommend the audience for the campaign. So we're always going to tell you which audience we recommend you send this out to. And one thing that I want to mention, this entire database is not necessarily every contact in your database. Just want to make that clear. Me and Lee have talked about this for a couple weeks. We should probably maybe tweak the wording of that just a little bit.
Yes,
So basically,
I need to push that forward.
Exactly. Basically, it's the combination of the 2 lists. So combination of your prospects and your sphere of influence past clients. That's your entire database, not necessarily your cousin 12 times removed or, you know, some random person that you met 15 years ago. This is the combination of those 2 lists. So just want to make that clear. And basically having these 3 lists set up is just going to let you send smarter. It's going to help you not overthink everything. And then underneath that, we recommend a plain text format. That is why these emails work so well. They have that sent from iPhone feel. They're written to feel personal, not promotional. So try to keep them clean and paste them as is. You can always include your short signature at the bottom, your name, your number, maybe your site, but that is it. You're not going to want to put the fancy headers, the fancy headshots. This is supposed to be super simple. Now we have the how to execute section here. This is if you're doing it manually. Like I said, I'll let Lee kind of give you guys some info about the deal of the week tool. But if you are doing it manually, it's super easy to use. You'll just hit this copy button here. That's going to copy it to your clipboard. This is the subject line. You'll then paste that into the subject line of your email tool or the platform that you're using. And then underneath that, we have the email content that you are going to want to do the same thing. Hit that copy button, paste that into your email platform. And one thing I love to mention about these campaigns, anytime you see these bracketed bits of information, here's these little fancy squiggly brackets. Anytime you see those, you're going to want to edit that information. Now, could you send this email out looking just like this? Sure, but you might get some responses that you weren't really hoping or looking for. So definitely edit those pieces of information. And this is where the deal of the week tool comes in real handy because it's going to save you the time that it takes to fill this information in manually, it does all of that for you. So I'm going to let Lee tell you guys just a little bit about that tool.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, you can go ahead and click on it. We'll share your screen, but I'll talk through it. So I just dropped a link to this in the chat. And I'll explain the second piece of that in a second. But so this Deal of the Week Finder is a free tool. You don't have to be logged in. You don't even have to be a Listing Leads member to use it. Just go to automate.listingleads.com/deal. And then you simply put in your area. Yeah, if you want to just pick places close to you or whatever makes the most sense. So you're picking an area. And then we'll see as we go down, there will be a price range. We can leave it wherever, that's fine. And then you can also select if you wanted to include houses, townhomes, or condos, or just one particular type, or whatever. And then you hit find your deal of the week. And then it's going to go out and find you a property that meets those criteria. And as we'll see here in a moment, it should give us some autumn magic options. Oh, that's a lovely house. And you can hit that beautiful auto write an email button, and it will actually write you a custom email.
Yep.
Right there on the spot. So, but again, to Hannah's earlier point, something is better than nothing. So if you want to do it this way, that's amazing. Do it. If you want to use our template and find a listing in your MLS and input the features, that's awesome too. The real goal is just sending it. But this is a custom email, and it's also got a custom subject, which is pretty cool.
Yes. So you can see there's that subject line there, and all of that bracketed information that you would have had to fill in manually done for you. So highly recommend you use this tool. It's going to save you a lot of time. And all of these properties that it finds, if I'm not mistakenly, are listed within the last 7 days. So
yes, correct. So each week it should be a new one. They're always new, interesting. The whole goal is that it's a new and interesting listing in your area.
Right. So that is the tool. If you would like to use it, you can always find it in the introduction. Always, it's going to be in the introduction of the Deal of the Week campaign, which is every single Monday. And that is when we recommend you send it out as well. So let's scroll down here. We went over the how to execute section. We also give you the steps on how to transfer the email content to your email blast app. If that's something you need the instructions to, we have that there for you. And then we're going to give you that target audience one more time, which is your entire database. But remember, that's just a combination of those other two lists. And here is the example of that campaign one more time. And one cool thing that we've started doing is we give you guys the preview text. So we give you the subject line, but we're also giving you this preview text right here that you can add to your email. And it's just a really small thing, but it makes a really big difference to have that little bit of extra info for you guys. So there is the Deal of the Week campaign. So that's the first part of the big three. That's the first part of the email. We recommend 2 emails per week. So the second email is going to be the value-based email of the week. This one is going to be for trust, and it's short, it's insight about the market, and that's what this week's value-based email is exactly. I'm going to click into that for you guys here. So we send the Deal of the Week. We give you the Deal of the Week on Mondays. Tuesdays, we're going to give you that value-based email of the week. So let's click into this week's email. It is the Think Like a Buyer email. Again, we have the introduction section for you here. Lots of really good stuff in the intro. I know it's easy to kind of skip through, but definitely take the time to read those introductions. Like you saw in the last one, we had the Deal of the Week tool for you guys. So there's a lot of little nuggets in the introduction a lot of times. So don't skip over that part. So basically, this is just giving us market, we're giving them market insights, positioning you as the knower of these things. So let me scroll down. Again, with this one, you're going to want to keep it conversational. you're going to want to add your name, your number, but again, skip the fancy logos, graphics. You're not going to want to include any of that in this email because this email is designed to get responses. And that's exactly what it's created to do. And because it's a plain text email, that's the reason that it works. For this one, again, we have the 3 things before you get started, email tool, the 3 simple list. This one, again, is recommended for the entire database or the combination of those 2 lists. Again, plain text format. So these are written to feel personal and not promotional. We want to really, really nail that in because there's so many times when people are like, oh, I was going to get my graphic designer to work on some graphics for this campaign. And it's like, no, not for this. Not for this. Keep this simple. Keep it clean. These are tried, they're tested, and they're proven to work. So use them as we have them for you guys.
And I wanted to mention real quick, this isn't in our usual kind of thing, but I was just thinking about this, and I realize a lot of people don't probably realize this. Like, you know, everybody's using AI for all the things and all of that, but these are written by a human. We certainly tweak them with AI and test things in AI, but all this content, well, the deal of the week is largely AI, but it's pulling from data. These are written by people who are deeply studying what works across other industries as well. So I just want to be clear. I think sometimes people don't necessarily realize that we put a lot of time and effort on our team into this content, and it's different every week. And it's also should be relevant to what's going on because we are writing it each week. We don't write it for the whole year. We write it based on the headlines of what's happening and what people are interested in. So I just feel like it's good to add that in.
For sure. Yeah, and that's another thing that people tend to do is they're like, oh, I didn't really have results from that campaign. I ran it through my ChatGPT chatbot, and it's like, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to do that.
If it needs to be done, we did it for you.
Exactly. So this email is super, super awesome because it's literally copy, paste, send. We give you the subject line, copy that, paste it into your subject line. We give you the email content here. This is literally swipe and steal and send. There's no changes that need to be made. There's no information to fill in, no bracketed information to fill in. This is just such an easy thing to copy, paste, send. So homework after today's call, send out today's value-based email. It's literally so easy to do. It's going to take you no time because it's just copy and paste. Underneath that, of course, we give you the steps on how to transfer the email content to your email blast app. And then underneath that, we have the target audience one more time. And here's that example of that email. Remember, we give you the subject line, but don't forget that we also give you that preview text line option there as well. So when it gives you the option to add in that preview text, just copy that from there. That is perfect. Now let's go back to the listing attraction plan. And let's move on to the second piece of the big 3, which is texting. And texts are where the conversations start. We recommend you aim for around 100 to 200 texts a week. That's roughly like 20 to 40 a day tops, which is nothing. That's if I would hate to see how many texts I send in a week, it's probably way more than that. It's probably a scary number. So I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really, really not in the grand scheme of things. When it comes to texting, who do you text? You're going to want to text the people who opened one of your recent emails. So the email that you sent today or the email that you sent on Monday or the deal of the week email. So, but ideally the email that you send out today, the people who open that, those are the people that you're going to want to text tomorrow. So let's look at the text script. It is the priority text. These campaigns are a little similar to the email campaigns, and you'll kind of see as I take you through it. So here's the introduction. There's one thing you can never afford to skip in a sales script, and that is destroying the objection in the consumer's mind. And right now, this one might sound familiar. Selling just isn't a priority with the holidays coming up. That's why this text is built on a simple, reliable formula. So here is the text here, and we give you a few different options for the hook of the message. So basically, you're going to choose the one that best fits your needs or your situation at the moment. So it basically says, hi, the person you're reaching out to, it's me. I know you're selling your home. I know selling your home is probably not a priority right now with the holidays around the corner, but, and here are the hooks that you can insert. So maybe I just had an open house that had 32 people come through. I brought a new listing on last Thursday. There's several options here, and you'll just choose the one that best fits the situation and the person that you're reaching out to. And basically at the end, you're just saying, would you say you've been tracking the market pretty closely? And that just opens up the opportunity to get those responses. So underneath, we have the before you get started section, very similar to the email campaigns. These are the things we recommend you have set up before you send out the text campaign. So the first one being a CRM that can send text. Again, you don't have to have a CRM that sends text. If you have a phone that sends text messages, which I'm sure you all do, you can send this text out. You don't have to have a CRM. Now, is it great to have a CRM that sends text? Yeah. You don't have to. And if you are in the market for a mass texting tool, if that's something that you're looking to add to your toolbox, like before the year's up or in the new year, you can click this link here, and that's just a few that we recommend for you guys. We're not sponsored or anything. These are just the ones that we recommend. But obviously, start with manual sends if you have to. Don't let that stop you from sending out these text campaigns. Underneath that, we have the 3 simple lists again. Again, texting is for follow-up. So we're following up with those people that open that email that we sent. Hopefully you're going to send it today after this call. And those follow-ups, the smart follow-ups, start with the right filters. So the filters we recommend for you guys are the 3 lists of prospects, sphere of influence, past clients, entire database, or combination of those 2. And then we recommend you apply 2 filters to those lists. So engaged recently, so they've opened an email or visited your site in the last 7 days, and not contacted recently. So there's been no outreach for prospects or 90 days for clients. So we obviously are going to tell you which audience is recommended for the campaign again with that yellow bubble. This is for your prospects. And again, plain text format. So these are not spam blasts going out. They are timely, value-based follow-ups. So use their name, but skip the fancy signatures for this one. We don't want to send a text and then your big headshot underneath it and like a business card looking great.
Big signature.
Yeah.
Attachment.
Yeah. Leave those out of this. We want
and
this.
by the way, most people probably know, but to be clear, those are bad for deliverability as well. Like links, words, yes. Like again, we were just on a call with Jimmy going through some other stuff, and we spend an inordinate amount of time on compliance, fair housing, making sure stuff isn't going to go into the wrong folders. We really spend a lot of time curating a lot of that. So again, copy paste is your friend.
Yes, please, please, please. So underneath that portion, we have the how to execute section. Again, you're just going to copy this. We have the same button here. You click that. It's going to copy it to your clipboard, and you can paste that into your text box. One thing that I recommend for this campaign, if you are just manually sending these out, log into Listing Leads on your phone. That way you can easily switch between copy, go into your message app, paste it in there. It's just going to make your life a little bit easier. We also give you the steps underneath that to send this via mass SMS or DM tool if that's something you're looking to do. And we're going to tell you that target audience one more time, which is prospects. And there's an example of that text message there. Again, you'll add their first name, let them know it's you, and the rest, you're going to want to keep it as is. Now, let's move on to the last and third portion of the big three, and that is direct mail. So, direct mail is probably, I love the direct mail campaigns that we have. I think they are so just cool, and I've never seen anything anywhere else that looks like our direct mail campaigns. They're so unique and they work. They work. And one way that you'll see that they work is joining the Facebook mastermind group. I said it at the beginning of the call. I'm saying it now, and I'm sure we'll say it like 4 times when we hop off of here. But please join the Facebook mastermind group. There is so much good stuff happening in there. Successes people are seeing from all of the campaigns, but definitely the direct mail. It's just really motivating, and it's exciting to see the success that other people are having. So if you haven't joined that, please do.
Absolutely. I just dropped another link to it. Make it easy.
Yes, yes. But basically, direct mail, when your face is on their counter instead of buried in their inbox, you're no longer random. You are remembered. So I think Lee's going to drop in the chat. We do have a new Google Doc for you guys on how to find addresses for direct mail. So he'll drop that for you guys. But specifically with direct mail, what we recommend is 1 to 2 campaigns per month. So the first one that we want to talk about is farm letters. Basically, you're going to use these monthly letters to stay top of mind in your farm. And I am going to show you guys an example of one of those really quick. Let's see. So this one is reasons why people are selling. Again, we have the introduction section for you guys. We also have the before you get started section. And this one looks a little bit different than the text and the email because these are your lists. So we have the farm list, which obviously is recommended for this particular campaign. But your farm list is basically your core mailing audience. And this is going to be used for those general awareness campaigns and market education. So you're going to build your list using the following filters, which are homeowners who've owned for 10 plus years, 50% plus equity, and areas with strong total commission opportunity. And we recommend maybe start with 1,000 homes. If that works, expand it. If you need help pulling the list, we recommend a title rep or use tools like PropStream or Breakthrough Broker. And I think we touch on this a little bit in the Google Doc, Lee?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it does. Ways to pull it, ways to like all of the above. It's probably too long of a document, but I'm a details guy.
We wanted to give you guys all the information so you had everything that you need. So it is in there for you guys. Underneath that, we have the radius list. And this is going to be used for campaigns like just listed, just sold, magic buyer, or pre-appointment letters. And for this one, you'll need the ability to quickly pull 100 to 200 nearby homes around a specific property. And then specialty list, which is used for targeted campaigns like expired listings, the silver tsunami, FISBOs, and you'll pull these from platforms like Redx or similar. Again, that Google Doc has everything you need to know about pulling these lists. So definitely grab that link and put it in a safe space on your computer, laptop, whatever you're using, because that will help you tremendously. Moving on to the how to execute section, most of our or all of our direct mail campaigns are templates that you can edit inside of Canva. So to do that, all you'll do is select the Canva button here. You'll click that, you'll scroll down, and this will let you edit inside of Canva. You'll just hit view template, or it may say open template in a new design. You'll click that, and that is where you can edit everything inside of your Canva platform. One thing that we do want to mention is you do not have to have a pro Canva account to edit these templates, which is huge. So you can do everything you need to do with the Canva free account. All of these campaigns can be edited inside of the free version of Canva. Now, do we recommend a Canva Pro account. Yes. Again, we're not sponsored by them either. Maybe wish
They
we were.
can. You can send it
but
out.
but it just makes your life a little bit easier with the pro account. You can set up your brand kit in there and you'll just really breeze through these edits. But again, don't have to have the pro account. You can totally use the free version. And we're really proud of that. We want you guys, if you want to use the free version, we want you to be able to do that. We know you probably have 50 tools already. So the last thing you want to think about is downloading or paying for another subscription service.
Thing.
Exactly. So that is great for you guys. We're really excited about that. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is a radius letter. So I am going to open one of those for you. Let's see. I don't think you guys can see that.
Yeah, we can't. You can put it in that tab, maybe.
If you guys could see my screen right now, there's a lot happening.
The stuff in front of stuff.
Yeah.
And then zoom
I'm constantly having to move stuff out of the way.
I totally know.
Okay. Here we go. Did you hear about your neighbors? So this is actually a postcard. We have the introduction section here. Again, the before you get started section, all of the lists we recommend for the campaigns. This one specifically is a radius list. So again, use that Google Doc. Lee dropped in the chat if you need help pulling that list. Underneath that, we have the how to execute section. You'll edit this one inside of Canva again. One thing I didn't mention on the last one is the step to submit to a print shop. With the letter that we showed before, you don't have to submit that to a print shop. You can use the printer that you have in your house. Most of the campaigns we have, you can just use the resources that you have. You don't have to take it to a print shop. But I will say with the postcards, that is one campaign that you may want to have printed a little more bougie. Maybe on some.
Is that the technical term for it?
Yes. You might want to print. You might want to have that.
Go to your print shop and say, "I want this to be bougie."
Please, bougie, please. Yes. So that is one that you may want to submit to a print shop, just because it is a postcard, so it's front and back, and right. A lot of times you want to have that one a little more sturdy. But there are the steps to do that. And there's the target audience one more time. And like I said, with the postcard, that is the front and the back of the postcard. And you can edit these inside of Canva. And we do have some walkthrough videos that kind of give you an idea of how the editing inside of Canva works. And one thing that we like to recommend is when you're doing one of these campaigns for the first time, if you don't have familiarity with working inside of Canva and editing, just pull up 2 tabs side by side, one of the walkthrough video where we walk you through editing inside of Canva, and one of the campaign or a tab of the campaign that you're working on, and just kind of do it side by side. And once you do it one time, you're set. It really is a lot easier than it seems. But definitely utilize those walkthrough videos that we have for you guys. Let's see if I can get back to the listing attraction plan. There's so much happening on my screen. I don't know how it got so cluttered all of a sudden. But so Lee dropped in the chat for you guys the videos on how to edit those. It's basically all of the letters are pretty much the same thing, editing inside of Canva. It's kind of the same sequence. Same thing for the postcards. There's not much to change. But that is pretty much all we have for you guys today when it comes to the big 3. One thing that we do kind of want to send you off, we know it's the end of the year and we're starting the new year already. Somehow in less than I don't even know, it's
like 10 business days. I don't know. I need to do the math on it, but
yeah, it's wild that we're already here. But before you log off, here is what we want you guys to do, preferably in the next hour, but I know you guys are so busy. So just as soon as possible, really try to nail down and hone in on these big three. Execute these three things that we've talked about on the call. So send out the deal of the week email. Send that out. Send it manually if you have to. Use the tool. It's a lot easier if you want to do it that way. We also please send out that value-based email of the week, the email that we have for you guys for today. Send that out, and then tomorrow pick 25 to 50 people who opened that email that you're going to send out today and text them. Last, choose a mailer. Choose a mailer if that's in your budget. Highly recommend you choose one of those and send one of those out before the end of the month. But if you do those 4 steps today through the rest of this week, you are already outperforming 90% of agents on this platform. And you're basically putting the year to bed with a win. So please, homework after today's call. Number 1, please just send out the value-based email from today. It's so easy. It's literally copy, paste, send. And then if you have time, send out that deal of the week campaign as well. Tomorrow, follow up with those people with that text script from opening your email campaign that you send out today, and pick a mailer. If that is in your budget, please pick a mailer and send that out before the end of the month. We cannot wait to see you guys' success with these campaigns. Again, I know we've said it a bunch of times, but please join the Facebook Mastermind group. So much good stuff happening in there. So if you're not a part of that, please join it. Lee, do you have anything
I
else?
do not. That was everything. You covered it all beautifully. It's a lot of stuff. Appreciate you
It was a
guys.
lot of stuff. It
It is
was
a
a lot
lot
of
of stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty. These are recorded. So if we went a little fast, please watch the recording. Also, we'll open up the next few minutes if y'all have any questions. If you want to see something on the platform that we kind of breeze through, please drop in the chat. We would love to do that for you guys. But other than that, we're pretty set. We're excited for the new year, but we're also looking forward to see what you guys do in this last little stretch. Let's see.
Oh yeah, good question about email providers. I can actually sort of answer that. So there is a list of I believe of email providers. Let me grab that real quick. But if it's not something you need to do right now, we just launched a product today in beta that can send emails for you. And some of this content is going to be included in it. So if it's not urgent to get an email thing, hang around for a couple of weeks and let us finish testing this one. We've actually got one that we're building, but I'm going to grab a quick link. Oh, actually, it's not a link. It's just in the system. So the short answer would, MailChimp has kind of been the go-to, but quite frankly, what we're building is a competitor to that. So more on that very, very soon. If you're in the Facebook group, I'm sure you'll see us announce it as it happens. But Follow Boss is obviously a CRM that can send them out. MailChimp is a good option. KV Core, if you have that as your CRM, Constant Contact. There's a lot of them. HubSpot. You can always also Google it, which can give you a lot of information. Maybe too much of a crazy pro tip, but I'm a big fan of, there's a website called G2. It's G2.com and Capterra.com. Oh, well, if you have Follow Boss, then there's your answer to email and text, actually, in a beautiful way. But yeah, there's a ton of different platforms, but stay tuned because we got something cool coming for you guys.
Yes, lots of things brewing at Listing Leads. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Like I said, this is the last basics session of the year, which is so wild. But if we don't talk to you guys, me, Lee, we don't see you guys until next year. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. We can't wait to see you guys in the new year. There's tons of things coming, tons of new things coming. Somebody drops in the chat.
I got it.
Okay. So the chat kind of caught my attention, but again, we're just excited to see the success you guys have with the platform. Again, join the Facebook Mastermind group, please. There's going to be tons of new info dropped there. Anytime we're doing something new, you'll more than likely hear it first in that group. So definitely join that. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, great rest of your year. It's been so much fun talking to y'all today, and we will talk to y'all soon.